Hello and welcome to Message in a Moment. I want to talk to you today about marriage. We find that God made all kinds of things in the beginning. In the book of Genesis, it just lists what all He made. And at the end of each time, he said an interesting thing. He said, "That's good." And then when He finished, you know, He made man, made all the other stuff. Then he said, "It's not good that man should be alone. So I'm going to create him a helpmate." Because God didn't want him to be alone. He wanted him to have companionship. So here's my statement. Marriage is an equalizer. Ready? 2 equals 1. I know that's a funny math equation for you, but the whole thing about this marriage business is that God intended for us not to have 2 separate entities, but God intended for us to come together in a blended family, making the wholeness of marriage. You know what He said after He made woman and put man together with woman? He said, "That's very good." So, here's my thought. Marriage is the only thing that came out of the Garden of Eden totally intact. All the other things were broken by sin. But marriage, that union that God made, He made man, He took out of man a portion, made woman, so that when the 2 come together, there's a wholeness. It's a companionship. Now, I'm going to say something to you today. If you don't know what the Garden of Eden was like, go back and read in the Bible. Because if my assumption is right, and I think it is, go back and look at how the garden life was, and then realize that marriage was brought out of the Garden of Eden totally intact. So here's my thought to you. Our homes should be like a Garden of Eden. It should be a garden of paradise. It should be a place of peace. It should be a place of safety. And best of all, it should be a place of companionship, where you just don't have to be alone. You can be together with your mate, and you can make that oneness that God intended for you to have. And I believe when we do, when we come together in that union, I believe God is still saying, "That is very good." Well, God bless you until we meet again.